This is Arthur Bush. You're listening to Radio Free Flint, and our guest is here today, Neil Woodward, the Troubadour of Michigan.
Good morning, Arthur.
Good. Have at it.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Engine 464. Engine 464. She rode the Rio Grande, now she's found a home where she's never pulled before. There's a mighty plume of coal smoke heading into town. Children come and gather around the door. Judging from the cloud and the way the whistle sounds, here comes engine 464. Engine 464. Engine 464. She rode the Rio Grande, now she's found a home where she's never pulled before. But the steam trains are long since off the line. She retired over 30 years ago. Now she's eyeballing westward, making up some time, and listen to a lonesome whistle blow. Yeah. Engine 464. Engine 464. She rode the Rio Grande, now she's found a home where she's never pulled before. Let's play one. Clinging to the cliffs through the mountains called San Juan, miles from a patch of level ground. She's pulled some heavy loads through those Rockies, gold dust town. In these flatlands, sure hard to hold her down. Engine 464, sing it with us. Engine 464. She rode the Rio Grande, now she's found a home where she's never pulled before.
Beautiful. Neil, tell us what that song was about.
It's a hometown song there. One of the jewels of Michigan, of course, is the Huckleberry Railroad, Crossroads Village. That's a little song about the locomotive up there, one of the original locomotives that on the Huckleberry Railroad, engine 464, the Denver and Rio Grande Western, engine 464.
Very good. Now, for those in the audience who think they might know this fella, you probably do. He has worked at Crossroads Village since 1985. Entertaining, right?
Playing music, singing songs, telling stories.
So, Neil, how did you get to be the troubadour of Crossroads Village?
I started in the Crossroads. Let's see. I was playing some pubs downtown in the mid and late '70s, and I was actually at the first season of Auto World, and I grew up in Dearborn, so I was real close to Greenfield Village, and I was very much very much immersed in history and the storytelling traditions of that historical settings of different buildings, and then different music that would fit into those buildings, different stories that go in along with them. So while I was there at All the World, I found a brochure at the entrance, and it was the first time I was even aware that that Flint and Genesee County had any place like Crossroads Village and the Huckleberry Railroad. So I made some inquiries and got a few real nice recommendations for some good Flint people that I met up there. And the rest is history, as they say. Been up there 35 summers, except for this past one now. Missed y'all greatly.
Okay, Neil, I just wanted you to tell us a little bit, describe your job at Crossroads Village.
I'm the village troubadour, so I'm telling stories, carrying on the traditions of the storytelling and music. So I do a lot of music that is appropriate to 1870 kind of period, mid 1800s until up to around 1900 or so. Both the old timers, and then I'll also carry on that tradition of telling stories about things that are happening around me, and people that I meet, and people that I'm inspired by to write songs about. And play fiddle and banjo and various other instruments, dulcimer, harmonicas, well, a bunch of different instruments. And I'll be sitting on a porch of a home, or maybe in the parlor on a windy day. I see people coming in the gate first thing in the morning. I'm usually out on the hotel porch, and I see passengers coming in and off the train, and greet folks and listen to other people, tell them how to find the bathrooms, things like that. And then anytime anybody has time for a story, or feels like doing some step dancing, or singing a song, that's what I'm there for. Now,
What is a troubadour?
The troubadour, to make a long story short, the troubadour is someone that tells stories in music and song.
And what's the history of it?
Boy, I believe it goes back before the time of the printing press and more modern forms of communication, mass communication. The old troubadours would literally travel from town to town and carry the stories, carry the news from one city to another one, or village, or town, homestead. I mean, it could be literally the town over the next mountain, could be just up the road. So we're sharing the stories and the news, really. We're kind of like a newspaper, the traveling newspaper.
In song?
Yeah, in song, and then the troubadour also carries on the other storytelling traditions of folk tales, stories.
And now you're keeping this this alive, and in your work that you do, you're really a historian in action, aren't you?
Well, it's really the only way that history makes sense to me. I was never any good in history class in school, because so much of it was involved with remembering people's names and dates. It's just not my strong point. Where it really started to come alive for me was the stories of what people's lives were like. And the music, the further I get into the music, I realized this when I was a little kid, it seemed like the song can just take you right to some place where you would never have, you couldn't imagine yourself being there. but the song takes you right into, I mean, it's the words of the people that were there, and it can take you right inside the whole time period and what life was like for a whole lot of people. So that's been what attracted me to history. And it's really, sometimes the only way I can remember dates and times is if they're in a song. I have to go through the whole song, get up to that verse, and then I got that person's name. I'm cooking up here right now.
Because you work at the Genesee Belle, I mean, you work around the Genesee Belle, which is the boat. You wrote a song about the Genesee Belle sinking.
I did.
What's the name of that song?
It's called The Swampin of the Genesee Belle.
Okay, so people understand, we bought this boat, the county did. It came from Scotia, I think, up in there. Yes, and it was called the Asabo River Queen, and the Belle sunk while it was out there on Mott Lake. Fortunately, nobody got hurt. So Neil, you wrote a song about this fiasco, right?
I did. It's in the great tradition of shipwreck songs. But one thing that made me go ahead and do this is that there's a happy ending on this story. Everybody was okay. It was a great boat to get started there, and the boat that's up there now is a really wonderful thing. So as far as I'm concerned, there's a happy ending to the story. So I hope people, hope there aren't any bad feelings about it, because it made a lot of people smile, a lot of people happy over the years. A lot of people know that song.
And what's the name of the song?
The name is The Swamping of the Genesee Belle.
Oh, can you play that one for us?
Sure, I'd be happy to whip that one up for you. This is an old tune I picked here to tell this story. It's the original. A lot of people know the song from a tremendous train wreck, and it's actually the site of many train wrecks. The wreck of the old 97 is the one that so many people know. There's a whole lot of background on that one. If you ever want to look up that song, it's an amazing story. The song goes back to a shipwreck song called "The Ship That Never Returned." But anyways, so it's an old tradition with just in the tune itself.
After many long years on the mighty Sabo, the Queen was reassigned. And 1,000 fares later, on her maiden voyage weekend, 100 still waited in line. As they loaded the passengers for one more excursion, the motor turned smooth and hot. And several minutes later, when she found the river bottom, the heroes were born on the spot. All of the citizens and dignitaries gathered to wish her well. Now their names will live on as a part of the story of the swamping of the Genesee Belle. Now some say it's bad luck to rename a vessel, or her crew and course may change. And others will tell you you can't relive an era, the memory is all that remains. All of the citizens and dignitaries gathered to wish her well. Now their names will live on as a part of the story of the swamping of the Genesee Belle. Mamas were screaming, babies were crying, they're trying to swim for the door. Then the carnies, millers, sailors, sawyers, managers, and blacksmiths got all hands safely back to the shore. Now the waters are rippling, rumors are flying, but reason shall prevail. Have the old sun neck singing and some old sea shanty next time the bells set sail. All of the citizens and dignitaries gathered to wish her well. Now their names will live on as a part of the story of the Swampin of Genesee Belle.
I started out this exploration, try to find songs of Flint. My exploration has taken me in all directions, and you've taken me probably the furthest back of anyone.
Got to start somewhere.
You sang the song of Peachtree Creek on one of the episodes about the battle flag that I did a while back. I wondered if you've written any songs more about Flint's more current situation, the economic stress and the water crisis.
Yeah, a bit. My most recent full-length recording project was all Flint folks, stories of folks that I've met up at Crossroads. So it's sort of a tribute to the people up there, and done a lot of those 1800 stories, but definitely done a few more contemporary to the 21st century, 20th century, 21st.
Does any of your music have to do with social or economic justice? Or are they just, or is your view that we should sing about the lives of people and honor their work?
Well, it's all in, yeah, it's all part of the same deal, as far as I can tell. Yeah, and I'm not much of a proselytizer or a preacher. The advocacy is in the songs. One of the songs that I recorded, which is on my In the Ear of the Dog CD, those songs about songs that I wrote that were all about things that were going on in 1992, 93, 94, right in there. Amongst others is a song called Say No, as in what could I do? Say No is about auto workers faced with their contract negotiations. This is a true story from.
So yesterday the shirts and ties were spotted on the line. Curtis says they're coming up the lift. God only knows where the cops could find 30 people dealing on our shift. 100 faces glaring, I could feel the flush of mine. Praying for a plan to leave this life behind. I wonder if we sold out the contract we just signed. What could I do? Say no. They ship my job to Mexico and say I told you so. The corporate profits prove how well we did. I'm at home trying to feed my kids. The last contract brought me to this town, an hour and a half one-way drive. I had seniority when my plant shut down. Thank God I'm still working and alive. I remember last time we thought our jobs were saved. The union made hard sell with the deal that they'd made. The company pulled out of town, the promises betrayed. What could I do? Say no. They ship my job to Mexico and say I told you so. Sit back and smile and say how well we did, when all I'm trying to do is feed my kids. Folks are near the limit, you could see it in their eyes, longing for a leader or an attractive lie. The face of desperation in a desperate time. I think I've got to change my point of view. I feel like things have got the best of me. Wish that I could make the move to something new. I wish that I could set my family free. The baby's always hungry, sister's with the flu. Time to punch that clock again, the rent payment is due. My daughter speaks, I answer, dear, I love you too. What could I do? Say no. They ship my job to Mexico and say I told you so. Sit back and smile and say how well we did, and all I'm trying to do is feed my kids. Corporate profits prove how well we did. Still at home trying to feed my kids. Sit back and smile and say how well we did, and all I'm trying to do is feed my kids.
My question was, is there some themes in each of these genres that seem to play out from that period of time that we could say, oh, when they played lumber songs, these were kind of a couple things they liked to sing about?
Well, it also has to do with the original question about social justice and Woody Guthrie. I go to something that always haunts me, and that is the way that so many of the songs about so many of the poignant stories and songs from the Civil War era, or even back to previous wars before that, not only in America, but in the old country, war songs, stories about war, and even anti-war songs. That's a theme. I get spooked because there are songs that I write about contemporary stories of my own and people of my own life that are just too close for me to something that was going on 150 years ago. So,
Right.
yeah.
And history does have a way of repeating itself, doesn't it?
Yeah, and the war aspect of it and the way that's disrupted people's lives is and how it keeps going on and on. It's a hard thing to face sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. That's good. Well, I'll tell you what, Neil, it's time for us to wind up here. I enjoyed your company and can see there's a lot of passion that you have for this this music and the storytelling that you do, and I know the people love it, and the people of Genesee County are grateful for all the time that you've spent with them.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure.
And I'd like to also thank David O. Norris, who is a songwriter here in the Flint area, who introduced me to Neil. We're going to go out of this episode with a song which was written, a poem, I guess, was written, as Neil explained it, by David Norris about his great-great-grandfather, who was in the 10th Infantry Regiment from Flint, Michigan, to go fight for the Union side against the Confederates. And it's called the Battle of Peachtree Creek. So we'll play that on the way out of here. Neil, do you have any last words for the audience and anything to say about that song, anything more than you've already said?
Appreciate your work. I appreciate the opportunity to be here doing this with you, and I've enjoyed the interview. The song is a story that is just chilling to me, and it's just a wonderful thing to be involved in this kind of music, to have people share their family stories the way that David has. A lot of people have done that, and to be part of carrying on their stories with a little bit of songwriting and my own input on it is just an honor.
Well, thank you. And that is the story of Flint: bravery, courage, and perseverance. And Peachtree Creek does it all. So with that said, thank you again, and I wish you well, and I hope to see you again real soon next summer at Crossroads Village. Well, this brings us to the end of our program. I'm sure you enjoyed listening to Neil Woodward, the Troubadour of Michigan. We'd like to play the song now, the Civil War song, which was written in collaboration with David Norris. Neil sings the song, Peachtree Creek. Thank you again for listening. We'll see you next time.
Tree Creek, fireflies hang sparkles all around. The ornament of light moves ghostly white. Tonight death sleeps silent within the sweet warm ground. On a summer night in Genesee, I see the fireflies at Peachtree Creek. Where I finally fell. My arm was shattered by the ball. They shipped me home from hell. The 10th marched for Lincoln through the streets of old D.C. And I wonder, did the boys remember me? Peeping Tree Creek, fireflies hang sparkles all around. The ornament of light moves ghostly white. Tonight death sleeps silent within the sweet warm ground. On a summer night in Genesee